Hey guys, it's Friday Differs and welcome to another video. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna call this one, to be honest, because I'm literally just sitting down and talking with no draft really, with no idea where this is going. I just have one main topic and from that I'm just gonna talk about. I know it's gonna be under a let's talk about video, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it. But let's just talk about something that I think is very relevant in this day's society. I guess I'm a bit late to be talking about this, but I feel like I should contribute to the argument and the idea. But let's just talk about it. So at the beginning of June, I think, this happened a while ago, there was a mass shooting at a bar in Orlando, Florida, and many LGBTQ plus people were injured or killed that day. And the shooter was, I think he was a white guy, and he was there, and he shot all those people because he was traditionally homophobic. So that's one point of view that we'll get to later. And then more recently, there was a bombing, if I'm correct, somewhere in the Middle East, I'm not exactly sure where, at a Muslim chapel or place of worship. I'm not exactly sure what they're called. Please tell me if you know. And if you were to compare this bombing, I didn't even know about it. I found out about it through a website online that I use often. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to, but this is a serious video. But this bombing was not very widespread in my state. It wasn't very widespread on the news. But if you were to compare it to another shooting that took place in November, I want to say November, I'm not sure, in Paris at a concert, which was everywhere, all over the news. But if you compare the two of them, it's very different to how widespread they were on the news. That's really it. On those are two main topics that I want to talk about in this video. So let's start with the latter. So there's this person. There's three topics I want to talk about, but anyway, there's this person running for president in America who has some very I don't know how to say it, some very close-minded ideas on how to rule the country. If you're in America, or if you're just very involved in the media and news, you might know who I'm talking about, but I don't want to say their name because I don't want to do that. But this candidate believes that because one person may be something through a race or religion, that, just statistically, if one person, to summarize it, if one person of a race, religion, or a gender does something illegal or bad, then the rest of that religion or race or gender is the same, which is not at all correct. I don't know, that's I guess that could be called stereotypes, but stereotypes can be correct sometimes. I don't know what to call it or this, but it's wrong. Just because one person of a race, gender, sexuality, etc., is one thing or does one thing doesn't mean that the rest of that race, sexuality, religion, etc., is going to be the same. So recently, this has happened this has been a course of many points in America of recently that I remember of a hashtag going around based off events called Black Lives Matter. And then following that, there were people that got upset about this and responded with All Lives Matter. And even though it's true that every single person matters, every single person is not getting shot because of their race. And that's why the hashtag Black Lives Matter is important in this day and age. And that's why it should be spread around, especially on people with large fan bases, and that have an impact on their viewers or followers. So yeah, even though all lives do matter, everyone is important, everyone deserves to live, not all lives are being attacked. And not all lives are being shot because of their race. And that's why the hashtag Black Lives Matter is important. And I just want to say that because people don't get that. They say that all lives matter, which is true, but all lives are not being attacked. And I'm going to say that as many times as I want to, as I can fit into this video, because it's true. So there's that. I'm gonna be all over in this video because I don't have any structure and I have a lot to say, and I might not be able to fit all of it into one video. But anyway, moving on. Recently, there has been another thing going around where people believe that transgenders should not be in the bathroom that they feel comfortable in, that they should be in a restroom that the gender that they were born into, if that makes any sense. And a person should be able to feel comfortable in any scene that they want to, no matter what they are. And I will stand by that point no matter who dares to argue with me, because it's important, and people should think about that's a person who has feelings, who has emotions. And they should have, since this is America, and America's slogan is it's a free country. Well, if it's a free country, then why can't one person be able to use the bathroom that they feel comfortable in? And then there's that. I have no structure for this, so forgive me for all this silence. Moving on to a different point that I forgot. I'll come back to it if I remember. But recently, the original movie Ghostbusters has been remade. It's going to be remade. It's going to be a reboot. I'm not going to say much about it, but this has an entire female cast. Like, the roles have been gender swapped, and I think that's a really cool idea, and that it's good for this day and age. Like, if it were to come back out in the year that Ghostbusters were to come out in, like the originals, it would have been an excellent idea, and that would have had a more iconic thing to it, but that didn't happen back then. So it's good for this day and age when things seem to be firing up and things seem to be changing and going around, and things seem to be getting a bit worse for certain people of certain things, certain races, certain sexuality, certain genders, certain religion, etc., etc., etc. So I was reading an interview or an article that had a bit of an interview with this person, not gonna say who, said that if the movie that they thought that the movie with all female characters was a horrible idea, and that they hoped that it would be funny, and if not, that he hoped it would be sexy. And I hate the stereotype that on all movies a female actor has to portray this sexual character, like the sexualized character. I hate that. Well, I don't, because not every, in modern day life, girls, women, female, are not sexual on like a daily basis, and that's like a really bad thing. And this, I don't know how long this stereotype's been around for, but I think it's a very long time, and I want it to end soon because it's not good. It's not good thing and not good structure for younger generations to see that I have to be this Barbie, like I have to be, and that actually, like, we'll get to that, hold on, I have to be this perfect person, this skinny athlete, that I have to be skinny, that I have to have blonde hair, blue eyes, that this is a stereotype that a country's been built on, that's attractive, that's what is attractive to other people. So that's what I was saying that. But moving on, recently, the company Barbie, which makes dolls, has made a new line of dolls that incorporates different races and different body types, and I can't wait until I have someone to look after that's into dolls, that can have a doll that looks exactly like her, or that portrays her body type or her skin color, because, or there, it could be a guy, doesn't matter, because I'll get to that later, but I really like this idea that girls or guys or whatever can have a doll that suits their skin color, their hair color, their eye color, and their body type. So moving on, this is quite an old thing, but there's this idea that a guy can't paint his nails or wear dresses or wear skirts or be into things that are considered feminine, and that is incorrect, because masculinity, didn't pronounce that right, but, and feminine, those are words that are human, that humans have created over the years that we've been on this planet, that we've been alive. Just same with time, but that's different idea, different topic. That these are human constructs, and without it, there wouldn't be a gender binary. And that's that without humans having to have labels on everything, that this is for a boy and this is for a girl. Without that, the world would be, in my opinion, a lot better, because everyone should be able to be into what they like and what they want to be like. If a girl wants to be into video games without being questioned about whether she's doing this for a guy's attention, it would be a lot better, because there's a stereotype that video games are masculine and comic books are masculine and superheroes are masculine, and that the color blue is considered masculine and the color pink is considered feminine. And these ideas are all human construct, which is not good. So there's that. Moving on. Sexuality is a thing of free word, and it's not, and don't get offended by this because there's nothing to be offended by. It's not as black and white as gay and straight. It's not that black and white. It's not that simple, because people consider using black and white in the same sentence racist. Please explain to me why that is so. I don't know, because black and white can also be a term for simple. But anyway, it's not as simple as gay and straight. There's many people that fit into a criteria that's in between or not at all. And everyone should be treated the same. Everyone should acknowledge that if someone is grossed out by romance or anything else, that it's okay to be that way, or it's okay to be into both guys and girls, and that it's okay to be into more than that. It's okay to be into guys but not girls and other, and it's okay to be into girls and other but not guys. All of that is understandable, and all of that is okay. Then there's the fact that you can be whatever you want to be. Wait. Here's another one. So, in this day and age, using the term gay is considered, it can be used in an offensive term, but like, especially the internet, they say, oh, that's gay, referring to something. And I want to stop using that term in that way, because saying that something is a sexuality, that means that you're attracted to the same sex, is, I'm using it as in to say that it's lame or that it's not meant for you, is not correct, because all of this is a human construct. The colors are, I don't know if colors are science, but anyway, a lot of things are a human construct that mean absolutely nothing because humans created it. So you can be whatever you want to be. You can be into whoever you want to be. You can be attracted to whoever you want to be. You can go outside carrying whatever you want and not be afraid that you're gonna get shot because of your color, your skin color. And you can go outside with whoever you're going out with, whether they be the same sex or not. And you can be afraid that you're not going to be called horrible things. Because there's this idea of equality. And I learned this recently, that equality means that equality and fairness are two different things. But in this day and age, I don't know if it means the same thing, but equality means that everyone should be able to get what they want. I don't know. Anyway, I want people to not be afraid of what other people are gonna think if they're holding hands with someone of the same sex or the same gender. And I want people to tell other people that I don't identify as female or male, and for them not to be afraid to do that. or for someone to say, I don't identify as what I was born as, or that I'm not attracted to, that I don't have a sexual or romantic attraction to anyone, without being afraid to say that. And I want everyone to go out to be able to do things without being afraid, because that is something that I don't want to live with. People should be able to do whatever the heck they want without being feared. Not without being feared, but without having fear that someone is gonna say something. And another thing is that I don't want a girl or a guy or whatever to be afraid to walk down the street and to be called obscure names. Am I using that right? To be called inappropriate names by someone of the same or opposite sex, because that's not right. And I know that most of these things that I want to happen are never gonna happen, because the human race is full of bad and full of negativity. And no matter how many laws are put that you can't do this because it might hurt someone of this, and you can't, no matter how many laws that help what I'm saying that I want to happen, no matter how many laws are put out there are always going to be people who are going to say, that's not right. This person cannot do that because of their color, because of their sexuality, because of their gender. That this person cannot be that. That this person is confused because they don't know what they want, because they're too young to know what they want. And that's it. Please comment down in the comments and tell me what your idea is, like what your points are on this, because I want people to know, and and share this if you want to, because I want people to get the idea that these things I've mentioned need to happen, and that the things that cause me to say this are not okay. That I forgot the point that a man cannot be raped, which is incorrect. Anyone can be sexually harassed. And yeah, don't say that one gender cannot be sexually harassed when the other can, because that is wrong. Anyone can be harassed, and anyone can be made fun of, and anyone can be called names because of something, and those names that people are called are bad, and that all of this is human construct. None of this would have ever happened. And if someone says that God didn't want this, I would like to think that the person who created us humans wanted us to love each other more than for someone to only like someone of the opposite sex. And I would like to believe that our God does not want, your God, whoever, does not want us to hate each other for something as silly as our sexuality or our color or our race or religion or whatever. And I want all of the things that I've mentioned to stop, because they're all stupid and silly, and please take some time to think about what I'm saying, and to think, and to tell and spread this around, because I want people to know. And that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video if you want to stay. If you stayed to listen to the entire video, thank you, because I had a lot to say and this has been 25 minutes of me ranting. I'm not gonna edit this because I don't edit these videos, but I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been great to talk to you about this, and I hope you take some time to think about what I'm saying. So I'll see you guys.